Good evening. Thanks for joining us at Awaz News. I'm Kubrali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada.
School bus driver involved in Niagara crash flees scene with children still on board. Police. Man stopped during attempted robbery of service dog in Pickering. Video shows beaver roaming Toronto waterfront unfaced by public. Canada takes no clear position on interim ruling in genocide case against Israel. Managing demonstrations since the Israel-Hamas war has cost $7.5 million, Toronto police. Police warn of fake Sick Kids Foundation canvassers asking for cash donations. Man charged after OPP officer struck by vehicle fleeing arrest in Brampton.
Those were the headlines, and now let's jump through the details.
A man has been charged after an Ontario provincial police officer was struck by a vehicle fleeing arrest in Brampton Thursday. OPP said the officer was traveling south on Highway 410 at around 1:30 p.m. when he saw a vehicle driving in a dangerous manner. The officer stopped the vehicle just north of Steeles Avenue. OPP said as the officer was trying to arrest the driver, he allegedly stepped on the gas and fled. The officer was struck by the vehicle, sustaining minor injuries and knocked down into a live lane of traffic, police said. The driver was later located and arrested in Toronto Thursday evening. On Friday, police announced that 40-year-old Van Viet Dong had been charged with dangerous operation of a motor vehicle, resisting arrest, assaulting a peace officer, flight from police, stunt driving, and possession for the purpose of distribution. Meanwhile, police said the officer returned to active duty on Friday. Police are searching for two suspects after a man was stabbed during an attempted robbery of a service dog in Pickering, Ontario last weekend. According to police, the victim had parked his car in a wooded area sometime between 12 and 2 p.m. on January 20th to let his dog urinate. At that point, a black older model Ford F-150 approached the victim. Police said two unknown males exited the vehicle and brandished knives. They allegedly demanded the victim's service dog. A physical altercation occurred between the victim and one of the suspects, police say. As a result, the victim sustained a stab wound to his leg. The two suspects left the dog and fled the area in their vehicle, while the victim made his own way to the hospital. Police say the first suspect has been described as a white male with a slim build, about 30 to 40 years old, with dark shoulder-length hair and a dark beard. He was last seen wearing a dark-colored shirt, dark-colored jeans, and black construction boots. The second suspect is also described as a white male between the ages of 30 and 40. Police say he stands about 6'1", has a slim build, and has red hair and long red beard. He was last seen wearing a burgundy construction jacket, black construction pants, and black construction boots. Anyone with the information is being asked to contact police or reach out to Crime Stoppers anonymously. Toronto police say that it has cost $7.5 million to manage hundreds of demonstrations that have taken place since the start of Israel-Hamas war on October 7th. The force said Friday that they have responded to 343 demonstrations in the city since the war started. The $7.5 million figure includes other proactive work related to Project Resolute, the TPS initiative to add patrols around sensitive Jewish and Muslim community spaces. The figure represents the human resource costs associated with policing the demonstrations, including about $2.9 million in overtime pay, the force said. Toronto has seen multiple demonstrations per week over the past few months. While most of the protests have taken place without incident, some have seen businesses and neighborhoods targeted, and charges have been laid in connection with a few of them. Police have been under pressure to provide added security in the community as hate crimes have skyrocketed amid the ongoing war. Police confirmed the cost of managing the protests as a back and forth continues between Mayor Olivia Chow and Chief Maron Demkiw over the police budget. While the Toronto Police Services Board approved $20 million increase to the TPS budget for 2024, that increase was trimmed by about $12.6 million when city staff released their proposed city budget early this month. Demkiw has said that the shrunken increase will make it impossible to deliver the level of service that is expected from police. In a tweet the same day, Demkiw said the force is asking for a modest 1.7% increase and reducing the board-approved budget will make it impossible to meet hiring goals. By 2025, any gains on the front line will be wiped out by retirements and growth, he said. Chow is expected to receive feedback from the Budget Committee before tabling a draft of the budget before City Council next month. A school bus driver involved in the collision in Welland earlier this week fled the scene while missing a wheel and with children still on board their vehicle, police say. Police say that the collision happened in the area of Canal Bank Street and Ontario Road in Welland on Wednesday morning. The authorities say that fire services were required to help extricate the driver of the other vehicle involved, a 47-year-old woman. She was later transported to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Shortly after the collision, police say that they began to receive calls from the public reporting that a school bus was traveling northbound on three wheels. Police then located the bus on Prince Charles Drive near Thorold Road. According to police, the school bus had 4 children on it. All were assessed at the scene but did not require hospitalization. Both vehicles were extensively damaged as a result and towed from the scene, police say. The driver of the school bus has not been named by police. He is being identified as a 77-year-old man from Fort Erie. He has been charged with careless driving in addition to failure to remain at the scene of a collision. Toronto police have issued a warning about a door-to-door scam going on in the city involving fake Kids Foundation canvassers. Officers say a man has been visiting downtown Toronto buildings asking tenants for cash donations. He allegedly wore a lanyard around his neck fraudulently, identifying himself as part of the Kids Foundation. According to the foundation entity, cards of legitimate canvassers will include their name, identification number, and a QR code that can be scanned for further information. They add that they never canvass in apartment or condo buildings nor solicit for cash donations, as they are strictly forbidden to do so. Toronto Police Services Financial Crime Unit urges checking the organization's website if you have any doubt of the canvasser's legitimacy. Police ask anyone with the information or believe they are a victim to this scam to call them at 416-828-2222 or leave an anonymous tip through Crime Stoppers. Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly says Canada will closely follow the case against Israel at the International Court of Justice, but is stating no clear position on its ruling today that Israel must prevent genocide in the Gaza Strip. The highest court of the United Nations has ordered 6 measures to limit casualties in the Gaza Strip and ensure the preservation of evidence should the court find Israel is committing genocide against Palestinians. Judges on the court ruled against Israel's request to throw out the case brought by South Africa altogether. Joly says in a statement after hours of silence from the federal government that it is for the ICJ to make a final decision on the case, which it has not done today. She is reiterating Canada's position of support for the court and stands that supporting the institution doesn't mean the government supports the premise of the case. Joly and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau did not stop to answer reporters' questions about the ruling on Parliament Hill. A beaver spotted near Toronto's waterfront on Thursday remained unfazed by the public and excited children while it worked on building its dam in a video posted to social media by CTV's Adrian Gobral. Located near the Beaver Tail stand on Queen's Square near York Street, the beaver could be seen carrying a small leafless tree twice its length to its presumable dam below the boardwalk. A small group of children can be heard in video narrating the busy beaver, with one excitedly exclaiming, "This is as close as I am ever going to get to a beaver." Another said, "I would never seen a beaver once in my life, and it might not be their last time seeing one." According to the Toronto and Region Conservation Authority, TRCA, the American beaver is quite common in Toronto. Of the 9 watersheds within the Greater Toronto Area, the beaver has been documented in all. The American beaver is a semi-aquatic mammal native to Canada, including the Toronto area. The TRCA's website reads, while Toronto and Region Conservation Authority TRCA does not monitor beaver populations, they have been documented in every watershed within our jurisdiction. Perhaps surprisingly, the beaver's populations may also be higher in urban settings. This is because they have few natural predators and enjoy eating vegetation planted near watercourses, according to the TRCA. Towards the end of the video, when the beaver successfully relocated his newfound tree, one of the children can be heard saying, "Come on." The beaver remained unfazed.
This was all from us today. I'm Kubra Ali, and I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.